Silence prevailed, all but for the perverted breath of my, as yet unseen bunkmate. I lay there terrified. I just wanted this thing to go, to leave me alone. What did it want? Then something unmistakably chilling transpired. It moved. It moved in a way different from before. When it threw itself around on the bottom bunk, it seemed unrestrained, without purpose, almost animalistic. For that thing lying there in the darkness, that thing which seems intent on terrorizing a young boy, calmly and nonchalantly sat up. Labored breathing. Not only a mattress and a few flimsy wooden slats separated my body from the unearthly breath below. I lay there, my eyes filled with tears, a fear which mere words cannot relate to you or anyone else coursed through my veins. I would not have believed that this fear could have been heightened, but I was so strong. I imagined that this thing would look like, sitting there listening from below my mattress, hoping to catch the slightest hint that I was awake. Imagination returned to the unnerving reality. It began to touch the wooden slats which my mattress sat on. It seemed to caress them, running what I imagined to be fingers and hands across the surface of the wood. Then with great force it prodded angrily between two slats into the mattress. Even though the padding felt as though someone had viciously struck their fingers on my side, I let out an almighty cry, shaking. And moving thing in the bunk below replied in kind, but mildly vibrating the bunk as it had done the night before. I felt something pattering on my blanket from the wall as the frame of the bed scraped along it, backwards and forwards. Now I feel bad for this kid. Once again I was bathed in light, and there stood my mother, loving and caring as she always was, with a comforting hug and calming words which eventually subdued my hysteria. Of course she asked what was wrong, but I could not say. I dared not say. I simply said one word over and over and over again. Ghost. Nightmare. The pattern of events continued for weeks, if not months. Night after night I would awaken to the sound of rustling sheets. Each time I would scream so as not to provide this abomination with time to prod and feel for me. With each cry the bed would shake violently, stopping the arrival of my mother, who would spend the rest of the night in the bottom bunk, seemingly unaware of the sinister force torturing her son nightly. Along the way I managed to feign illness a few times and come up with other less than truthful reasons for sleeping in my parents' bed. But more often than not I would be alone for the first few hours of each night in that place. The room where the light from outside did not sit right, alone with that thing. With time you can become destined to almost anything, no matter how horrific. I had come to realize that, for whatever reason, this thing cannot harm me when my mother was present. I am sure the same would have been said for my father, but as loving as he was, waking him from sleep was almost impossible. Waking me, on the other hand, was no trouble at all, thanks to the nightmares. And this kid, I feel so bad for him. Subscribe today and thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much for watching.